Well, if you guys have stopped watching the show after this last episode of The Acolyte, it is totally understandable. This show makes The Last Jedi and Rian Johnson look like a masterpiece. Before I get started, click that like button and make sure you press that subscribe button as we are just about to reach another big milestone with 400 subscribers. Thank you all for the love and support, and let's get back into the video. I want to state that everyone has their own opinion about this show, so be kind to everyone in the comment section. If they enjoyed this show, let them enjoy it. If you do not like this show, just be nice about it, speak your mind about it without it being offensive to people. I will never criticize any of the actors playing the roles of these characters when they have so little material to work with, and the vision of what Star Wars should be is from these writers and producers and directors in charge of these multi-million-dollar Star Wars projects that have no idea even what the Force is. I just wanted to remind you guys that this project alone had 2 times the budget of the Kenobi show, with Ewan and Hayden returning to portray 2 of the most iconic characters in Star Wars. I am going to save all the witches stuff talking about the Force in another video because that alone absolutely destroyed George's vision about the Force in the prequels, in the original trilogy, and in the Clone Wars. This is what the Force should be.
And the Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together.
I want to talk about how clueless it seems that these writers never even probably have watched the prequels, let alone the Phantom Menace, before writing this series. The Jedi should not have been portrayed searching for these 2 girls that apparently were created by the Force, by these witches, even though Palpatine couldn't master this. Plagueis couldn't even master this. The witches of Dathomir couldn't even master this. Even Mother Talzin, that Palpatine actually feared in the Clone Wars, never had this power. So why do these witches all of a sudden have this ability? Plagueis was trying to create the perfect dark side Force user to destroy the Jedi. However, the Force counteracted this by creating the perfect entity. Someone who embodied both the light side and the dark side of the Force, this being Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One. The only reason that Anakin was able to stay and train at the Jedi Temple was because of Qui-Gon. Literally, his dying breath to Obi-Wan was to train the boy. And Obi-Wan told Yoda that he would leave the Jedi Order if they did not allow him to train Anakin to be his Padawan. So the Jedi hunting down May and Osha made no sense to me, because they were both the same age as Anakin at 9 years old when this was the same age that Anakin started his training at the Jedi Temple. Both of these girls have attachment issues towards their mothers and their whole clan of witches. So you have that they both are too old, they have attachment issues, fear, anger, and hatred for losing everyone that they have ever known. So why are they being recruited to be Jedi? I'm sure Yoda would be very proud of these students and not at all confused. I truly do not think any of these writers know what the heck they are doing with this project. And it's scary to think about that we are less than halfway done with this show. I never thought I would say this about any other Star Wars project, but this makes me want to watch The Last Jedi. It's been that bad so far. At least in The Last Jedi, there are characters that make somewhat sense to the storyline, that there are some characters I actually want to invest in and learn more about, like Kylo Ren. I did another poll on Twitter last night at Star Wars Base, and the results were abysmal, to say the least. 60% gave this episode a 0 out of 10. 25% gave it a 4 to 5 score. 10% gave it a 6 to 7 score. and a whopping 5% gave this episode a 8 to 10 score. No matter what happens with this show, this is not going to change my opinion about the prequels. I'm still going to look at the Phantom Menace the same way if this show was never created. 1 through 6 and the Clone Wars will always be my fallback to great Star Wars. And I'm sorry that Disney gives us this kind of stuff and expect fans to like it. Comment down below, have you guys given up on this show already? Are you guys still invested? Are you guys going to watch to the end just to see how much of a train wreck this show will become? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next one.